Hey guys, my name is Lamont Thompson. I'm an independent home-based travel agent. I help my customers plan great vacation experiences at the best rates possible. I also help people who are interested in becoming a part of the travel industry get started just by showing exactly what they can do to become an independent home-based travel agent themselves. And so one of the things I want to do is I just want to share some information with you guys for those of you who are thinking about becoming a part of the travel industry as an independent travel agent. For me, it's something that I do part-time in my spare time. However, even at part-time, you will receive full-time travel agent benefits, which is one of the things that I love about being in this industry. One of the reasons why I'm doing this part-time is because I have other business endeavors that I'm engaged with, and travel is one of my streams. And not just because of the income, but because of the opportunity that it gives me, or I like to call it leverage, it gives me to travel the world a lot more for a lot less at deeply discounted rates that are simply not offered to regular everyday travel customers. So it kind of gives me a little bit more leverage to go see some places that are on my bucket list. So let's talk about some of the benefits of travel. Now, before I get into the benefits, I just want to get rid of the elephant in the room, and that's really just kind of dispelling one of the myths out there. And that myth is that people no longer use travel agents, or I've heard it said travel agents are a thing of the past and all those type of things. And it's a common misconception as a result of the internet. There are a lot of online travel agencies out there, and people can go to their computer and they can click on Priceline or Expedia and book travel. But here's the thing, guys, and this is what I've learned since being in this industry. And if you are a travel agent watching this, it's just good to know as well. And that is this: just because people can do it themselves, and then listen to this, guys. Just because people can do it themselves does not mean that everybody wants to do it themselves. And so that's one of the things I've learned since I've been in this industry, that there are still travel customers out there who want to pick up the phone and talk to an actual live human being and not a search engine. So there's still people who still want that personal service from an actual agent. So if you're going to do it yourself online, and I'll just give you a few tips if you're someone that's tech savvy, if you will. One of the things I will say is just two things: manage your emotions. The reason why I say manage your emotions, sometimes people see pricing that is so ridiculously low. I've seen pricing online that's so ridiculously low, and you think to yourself, there's something to it. And in some cases it's what they call the bait and switch. The low price is the bait just to get you to click. And next thing you know, by the time you get into the deal, you find out there's more required from you than what you initially saw. So you want to make sure you're managing your emotions. The second thing is you make sure you read the fine print, read the terms and the service and the TOM, read everything. So that way there's no surprises when you show up at the hotel desk and you done already gave them your credit card and they're asking for it again, or you understand that just because you paid a low price, where's your room? What type of room? You got all those questions. And I'm gonna tell you something, because those of you who are in this travel industry, if you're watching this video, at the end of the day that the industry is driven by revenue management. And so a lot of people don't know that, and some people may know that, but revenue management is what's really driving the travel industry. And so that's an important factor to know, because a cheap room might mean that your room's next to the club, or it's just so many different factors. Hey, that's for another video, so I'm not gonna get into all of that. Let's go in on the benefits. So benefit number one: being a home-based travel agent. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is the home office tax deduction. Now, home office tax deductions is something that the IRS offers home people who work from home. It's not just for travel, but it is one benefit. Now, just a side note, guys, and this is just my thought, that if you are a W-2 employee and you got a regular job, a regular hustle, but I think it's that having a side hustle is just worth it, because again, it gives you leverage. I mean, you guys know W-2 employees get taxed first, so when you get your check, your check's already been deducted. Business owners, the tax last, so to speak. So not only that, but there's tax write-offs involved. And again, that's a whole nother class for another video. But what I would encourage you to do is go to the irs.gov and just check out the document on home office deductions. So they'll talk and give you more insight on home office deductions. So where travel is concerned, your travel business, you got your internet involved, so that's your internet bill. You have your computers involved. You have, whatever office space that you've set aside for your business. It also carries over into your travel business. We're talking supplies, cards, what have you, trips. There are a lot of business trips. Like I went to a travel agent convention that was held in Las Vegas, and that event was a complete tax write-off for me because it was all business. But again, we're in Vegas, and you guys know how that goes. When the convention's over, you still got time for yourself to enjoy being in Vegas. And one of the things about travel agent conventions, since we're talking about travel agents hold their conventions in some of the top destination guys. So you're talking about being able to have access to spectacular destinations. You get connected with the travel host agency that's hosting the convention. They ain't going to your local Hilton. I'm just saying, So it's it's all things travel, guys. So that in itself is awesome benefit. So home office deductions, guys, tax benefits. It's going to help you save money on taxes. So that's one of the first benefits, being able to work from home. Uh, Second, the opportunity where you can earn additional income. So how can you earn money in travel? Well, the travel industry pays out commission income every time a travel product is service is sold or booked. So that means, when hotels are being booked. And here's the thing, guys, even when people are booking this stuff online, commissions are still being paid. So somebody's collecting a check, just so you know. Somebody's getting paid. And so when you're an independent travel agent, when you assist someone, whether it's helping them with, well, flights don't. Here's the thing, guys. Our airlines stopped paying commissions, so they don't pay commission as much, but there's still other ways to earn money. But hotels, your vacation packages, and some of the travel vendors offer a lot of bonuses and incentives, because, when you got a resort, the resorts there, they want customers. That's what they need. Resorts, hotels, they're all in customer acquisition. I mean, when you think about it, they're in customer acquisitions. And so I may get email from a travel vendor and say, hey, Lamont, we'll give you an extra 50% on commission or something. I'm just making that number up, but we'll give you an extra 50% on commission if you help us to get more customers to our location. Because they're in customer service, they want to attract more people, so they'll give the travel agents incentives and bonuses for helping them to get customers there. So it's kind of an additional way to make money. But again, it's commission-based paid. So when you book trips and you get involved in that scenario, you're going to earn commissions and you're going to be able to make an additional income. So it's one way you can earn money with travel. And again, some of the other benefits carry over, not just some tax savings and earning money, but you get personal discounts on your own travel. So there's what's called travel agent rates, travel agent bonuses and incentives. And again, these are deeply discounted rates that are not accessible to regular travel customers. And it just really gives you leverage to be able to travel, again, a lot more for a lot less. I mean, it's going to open up a whole new world for you, places that you never thought you'd go before. Now, some of these benefits, guys, and I will say, what's a great place that people want to go to? Bora Bora, let's just throw that one out there. I remember seeing ridiculously rates for Bora Bora. And when I say ridiculously rates, I mean, you guys, it's amazing. But sometimes this is the way it works, and I don't know why, but you may see a low rate to go to Bora Bora, but they may say, hey, this is how much your stay will cost you. However, you got to find your own way here. And so sometimes that might be the scenario. And so by the time you get to your plane ticket might be like, hey, I know you want to go to Bora Bora, and I know it's going to be cheap for you to stay there. However, it's going to cost you to fly, So, but again, there's so many offers out there, guys. And I haven't even scratched the surface on these offers, but I just want you guys to know that they exist, that they're out there, they're available. There's a system that I use a lot called VAC system, Vacation Access System. It's kind of, I call it the MLS of vacations, like realtors, when they go look up their houses on their system, I go look up vacation packages on mine. I can see what a lot of people are offering, and we're talking about global travel here, guys. So I just want to share that with you. So travel agent rates, benefits, and discounts, I mean, again, it gives you a lot of leverage that you can utilize. There's also a thing called familiarization trips, okay? So that's fam trips. And familiarization trips are trips that are designed and designated for the travel agent, where the agent gets to go visit different locations and different resorts so that the travel agent becomes familiar and educated about those resorts, So again, when you come back, you can have firsthand experience, and you can talk to your customers about these different locations and different results in these different places. And so that's pretty awesome in itself, because what that does is, let's say there's a familiarization, or they call fam trips, familiarization trip to Paris. That trip's usually going to come in at a very, very low rate. Again, these rates are not accessible to regular everyday travel customers. And what I like about it, a lot of these familiarization trips are all inclusive, foods included. They're deeply discounted, and trust me when I say deeply discounted, I'm not talking about Groupon rates. I'm talking about some deep discount rates that it's amazing. You just like, I'm getting a passport just because of that. But when you do that, what these familiarization trips, what I like about it is that a lot of them will allow you to bring somebody with you. So, for example, if I'm the travel agent and I'm going on a familiarization trip, I could bring my spouse with me, and so we can go on that trip together, and she will travel at my discounted rate. It'll say, for one, add for two, and so it gets, if you're a couple, it's a great way to travel. So, but again, there's a lot of benefits in that place, guy. There's also what's called member-only trips. Now, member-only trips, these are trips that are planned by your host travel agency. So, as an independent travel agent, guys, I don't own my own travel agency per se. I'm an affiliate with what's called a host travel agency. So the best way I can describe that is, if those of you who are familiar with the real estate industry, you may have someone who's a real estate agent, and they're part of a bigger industry. That's right, they're part of a bigger company. That's the real estate agency. So the real estate agency holds all of the credentials and everything, what they call the booking house. They hold all the licensings and credentials and everything needed to do business in the housing market. And so the real estate agent may come under the umbrella of that agency, where they'll say, I'm a real estate agent with such and such an agency. And so, but even though the real estate agent operates and functions as an independent. And so it's the same way in the travel business. When you're working as an independent travel agent, you enter into what's called an independent contractor relationship with the host travel agency. The host travel agency, they're the ones that hold the booking license. They're the ones that have all of the relationships in place with all of the global travel agency. So one of the keys to that is, if you become a part of a host travel agency, you want to make sure that you are with the host travel agency that's well established. And I'll save that for last, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But a lot of times these host agencies host what's called member-only trips, and these trips are designed for their travel agent members that are part of their agencies. And again, these trips are coming in at deeply discounted rates, which gives the members of that agency an opportunity to go to a variety of destinations. And so for me and my agency books those trips on a yearly basis. So when I go and look at member-only trips, I see itineraries and dates for various locations. So I get to pick which one I want to be a part of. And again, my discounts can carry over and allow me to bring others with me, which I love, because, hey, I want to bring the family. Well, it's not going to be one rate for me and my kids something else. It's going to be, whatever the designated rate is for myself as well as my family. It'll say what it will cost for each additional individual. And so again, the best thing I can say again, guys, the word that keeps coming back to me is leverage. Leverage, 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 leverage. You can really leverage this industry. So member-only trips is really another awesome way to be able to travel and to get the world. So let's talk about agent benefits and incentives. So I kid you not, and this is something I've seen, and this is just kind of gives you a little insight. Sometimes these incentives may come in and say, 50% discount off of a resort. Or I remember looking at my agent incentives and benefits on what's called the VAX system. And it's a little tab you click on, it'll say agent incentives, what have you. There was an all-inclusive 5-day stay at a resort in Mexico, and it was free. And I mean, no, I said free, guys. Free. You had to get your own way there, but it was a 5-day all-inclusive. It was free. Now, some people say nothing's for free. What's the catch? Well, here's the catch, guys. I'll tell you what the catch was. Yes, the stay was free, but you had to do what's called a site inspection. And what a site inspection is, this is where you go to the location, you go to the resort, and you do a tour of the resort. In other words, they're there to show you around, to give you a tour of the facilities of the resort for one reason. They want you to go back and they want you to recommend your customers to come and participate in the resort. So this is what a lot of newer resorts do. They got to get customers, so they'll say, hey, we want you to come, stay as free, we'll take care of your food. All we want you to do is go back and tell somebody. So that's amazing, guys. I mean, I tell you, boy, you got time on your hands and you just want to be gone all the time. So, but again, it's more incentive, again, leverage. You get access to a lot of popular vendors. So Disney is one of them. I am a Disney agent. And what happens is when I got started with Disney as a travel agent, I had to go through Disney's, they call it knowledge course or online training. And you learn about all of Disney's products. And every time you complete a training course, you get bonuses, you get incentives. A lot of those bonuses are going to include discounted park passes or just, a wide range of incentives. So again, guys, there's a lot of leverage to this business that you can do. Now, I talked about all this good stuff, and I talked about all these benefits. And somebody might say, well, what's the one downside? Well, the only one downside I can think of is that make people hesitant is the fact that you have to acquire your own customers in this business as an independent agent. You're responsible for your own customer acquisition. So that means you have to be the one to get your customers. Now, there's some host agencies that assist with customer acquisition and may help get customers to you, but you're independent. And when you're an independent, you have to think like an independent and realize that you're the one. Now, I will tell you, customer acquisition is not as hard as you think, because a lot of times if you're on social media or on one of the platforms, the minute people find out that you're a travel agent, they're going to start sending you instant messages. They might call you if they're family, and they're going to ask one thing. They want to know, can you help me find the best rates, the best rates, the best rates? Does everybody want to know? Lamont, can you help me find the best rates, the best deals? So I've gotten that. I've gotten people who wanted me to help them plan vacation packages. I think I've gotten quite a few. I think for me, you get a lot of airline ticket requests because people want to know how to get somewhere. And for that, again, you have to educate people on how this industry works. I tell people one thing about travel that I've learned since I've been in this industry. You want to find the best rates in travel, you got to be flexible in your dates. That's going to be the best key thing, because being flexible in your travel dates are going to give you maximum benefits. It's going to help me with some leverage for you, and there's quite a few things that you can do. So, with that said, let me say this. Travel agents can't guarantee deals. So I don't want people thinking that just because you're a travel agent, somehow you got the magic marker to guarantee them a deal. Nah. This industry is driven by revenue management. So as a travel agent, I learned one thing, is I learned how to play the game. I learned how the machine works. I learned how the game works. So when you learn how things work, then basically I'm helping people understand how to position themselves to get the best rates, to get the best deals, to get into best places. Because, you take a place like Vegas, for example. When I go to Vegas, I don't go to Vegas the same anymore, man. I'm going to Vegas, and I'm staying in some of the best hotels, and I ain't paying a bunch of money to do it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You want to go to a place like the Bellagio, the Aria, go at the right time and see how much you pay. Just saying. And again, I'll probably do a video on that alone just to talk about that. So, again, there's some things that travel agents know, guys, and their expertise is valuable. So, it's worth calling up an agent, to really help them to really get. Now, one thing you want to do I have to pay the travel agent? Well, usually no. I know some agents charge service fees. I don't. And the reason why I don't is because the travel industry pays me. So why should I charge a service fee that if the hotel is going to send me a check, or the travel vendor is going to send me a check? So if they're already going to send me a check, I don't need to charge people. If somebody said, Lamont, help me out, I'm going to help them out. I'm going to send them monetary. I'm going to book them, and that commission check's going to come through my booking desk, and I'm going to see the commission that I'm getting paid. That's all taken care of. So, no, and again, I know some travel agents might, and if there is a service fee, guys, if there's a service fee, 9 or 10 times the service fee if there's a service fee, it will be a service fee for one item in travel for the most part that I'm aware of, and if there's some other items out there, I might have not come across it yet, but that's airline tickets, because the airlines don't pay commissions anymore like they used to. I think they stopped that back in what, the 80s. The airlines used to pay commissions, they stopped. That was kind of a big chunk of the travel agent's income, booking flights, but so you may get somebody say, if you book a flight for me, you pay a service fee for that. And again, usually the agent can determine what that is sometimes. So, but that's the only thing. So again, guys, I just want to share that information with you. I didn't mean to drag it out this much. So if you sat through this video this long and you got to this point, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you got any questions, man, throw it in the comments. And I'm talking about real questions. I'm not looking for skeptical questions I'm talking, hey, if you're an honest skeptic, I welcome your question. Just saying. But if you're interested, guys, in becoming a part of this business, I do have an outstanding host agency that I would love to introduce you to. And if you want to become a part of that, one of the reasons why I chose them is because not only am I in a position to earn commission income from the travel industry, but this host agency has put me in a position where I can earn additional income on a completely extended platform that they offer. So, which is another reason why I became a part of this particular host agency. So I will share the link, guys, for a presentation for you as well. And if it's something you want to become a part in, I would love for you to join us. We have quite a few people in my team in particular that we're really getting some things done, getting some things accomplished. We are Team Relentless. That's what we call ourselves. We're relentless, guys, and we're just that type of people. But we love to play, we love to travel, and hey, guys, if you want to become a part of the group, the team, and you want to get your travel on, you want to get your business on, and again, it's worth it if you ask me. Absolutely worth it, especially if you're a travel enthusiast. And I'll say this, and I'll close this video out. But if you're the person in your family, and I'm just saying because I've come across a lot of people like this, you're the person in your family who's the travel coordinator, you're the one putting together the family reunions, you're the one putting together the family vacation. Listen to me. If you're doing that, you're leaving money on the table that you can be collecting a check on just by doing that. So all I'm saying, instead of giving that commission check to somebody else, why not you be the one to collect that check? So with that said, guys, this is Lamar Thompson. You guys have a great time. Take care.